What's up, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video, and we talking Charlotte Hornets, Minnesota Timberwolves. A solid night from this Charlotte Hornets team. Anthony Edwards versus LaMelo Ball, number 2. It's a game that the Hornets just kind of rolled to victory tonight. All right, so the Hornets are coming off of a 6-game road trip, right? And this is the final game in that 6-game road trip. And typically when a team is doing that, especially an East Coast team on a West Coast road trip, I mean, up and down the coast, all over the place, and then coming way back over here to Minnesota, like, you would think that they would be fatigued. This would be the game that they would take off. Legitimately, they were playing in Portland 2 days ago, in Golden State, just all over the place, Phoenix, in some really tough games. So you would think that, you know what, you finna come to Minnesota and we might take the night off, especially against a team that's 7-29, right? But I feel like these are the type of games that show you how good this Hornets team can be, right? When they're playing down to what we would consider to be lesser competition, like, this is what you get, you know what I mean? A dominant performance. If we look at the game, and before we go here, man, I appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, hitting that notification bell. Y'all know we've been growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing as of late. We done hit that 10,000 mark, and we already over at 10,100, on our way to 11,000. So I appreciate y'all hitting that stuff for the boy. All right, so score 135-102, and this is a game that was so bad at some point where the announcers, I watched the home version of the game, so I heard the Minnesota announcers, and legitimately towards the end of the game, they started talking about how lucky Charlotte was to be able to get a player like LaMelo, and they was like, you know, they had the 3rd pick, so they had to really luck up that you know, talking about the Timberwolves as if they're not the Timberwolves team. The Golden State had to pass him up, and the Timberwolves had to pass him up, and they really got a gem, and they got the LaMelo effect, and they done changed the franchise. They went to show his stats and stuff, and they showed, like, I guess last year the Hornets had 23 games in which they had not cracked 100 points. And this year they've only had 2 games in which they have not cracked 100 points. A lot of these different random stats like that, where the Hornets were damn near the last team in the NBA, and they're in like the top 5 on all of these stats, and they credit that to LaMelo, right? When they have the number 1 pick on their team, Anthony Edwards, and the announcers are like, yo, we messed up, right? So if we just go here and look at that matchup right now, you see LaMelo 19 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals. We go in here and we check on Anthony Edwards, who had himself a decent game, 19 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 5 boards. That's comparable. I think where you see the difference is between these two guys, 3-point percentage, 10% from Anthony Edwards, 34% from the field, 23 shots to get you 19 points. Now we go look at my dog LaMelo, 80% from behind the 3-point line. This is why they like, yo, we messed up. I don't know what we was thinking. I said this before the season. I said, yo, how crazy would it be? Karl Anthony Towns, D-Lo, who is, I don't think he's playing right now, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, definitely not playing. And Karl Anthony Towns, D-Lo, and Melo being able to go to work. I felt like that would have been a solid team. Now you're looking at a squad who is, what did we say they were, 7-29 or something like that? Yeah, 7-29. So down bad without that. So let's get back to the game here. Wow, 80% from the field, and it's so funny because realistically he knocked down 3 3-pointers in the course of like a minute right before he got subbed out of the game for the you know what I mean. So he was going on pace to have a 10-point game, and then got hot, threw 3 down, and then Borrego said, all right, come on. And then, so which is, I hate when they do that. Let my dog play. He hot. Let him at least get the 20-point mark. We need to average 20 by the end of the season. Come on now, we trying to make history. All right, so outstanding night from a lot of these Hornets. Terry Rozier, 50% from behind the arc again. Malik Monk, 42% from behind the arc. Miles Bridges knocked down 33%. You see that? Gordon, who struggled, did not knock down the three, but still ended up with 23 points on the night, 55% from the field. We'll take that. This is a Hornets squad, and this is what I was talking about, where everybody looked pretty good. 23 from Gordon, 16 from PJ. We got 8 from Bismack, and he was causing some turnovers. 31 from Terry, 19 from Melo, 13 from from Miles, 18. You know what I'm saying? So just down the line, you're seeing a lot of solid play. Now, here's the thing that I feel like when I talk about Bismack, and what really throws me off a lot of times with this Hornets ball club as well is let's do this. If we go here, we start to look at the kind of play-by-play. We go to that crucial minute that we always talk about, where now we're starting to see Melo be in the game a little bit longer, right? So before we would see him get subbed out around the 7 to 6 minute mark. This time we see he doesn't come out the game till about 5:23, and now they feeling so comfortable where they make a 3-person sub where you get Miles Bridges coming in for Gordon, Malik coming in for PJ, and Cody coming in for LaMelo, and they were able to still kind of keep some of that momentum back in the game, but not a ton. So you got to bring Melo back. And what I'm realizing is now I feel like Borrego has a good tempo, or I don't want to say good tempo because sometimes it just seems like it's at a poor time, but he definitely has a kind of schedule that he's working LaMelo on. We're going to start you out. You're going to play a decent amount of the first 6 to 7 minutes. We're going to pull you, come back in with about a minute and a half, about 2.5 to 3 minutes left to go, and you close out the quarter, right? We've seen that. Here's the thing that always throws me is because it sometimes it makes it seem like, and this is the thing where people be like, oh yeah, boy, Halliburton, he got a more efficient, he don't turn the ball over. My dog Melo has 4 turnovers in tonight's game. Let me show you 2 of these turnovers here, right? So we go to the first quarter, brings it down, throws it to Gordon, calamity, okay? Now we go to the next turnover, running the screen and roll with Bismack off his head. They get the ball and come down here. Now we in 4 minutes into the game, and we got 2 turnovers already from Melo. So now, which I appreciate about Borrego is normally in normal circumstances, what we would have got from him is, well, you turning the ball over, we got to get you out. I hope that he realized, you know what, bro, this ain't on you this time. And then, and then there's one more turnover in that first quarter, which then is just Melo just straight kind of tossing the ball off, throwing the ball into the defender's hands. Let's check that out. So we talking about within the first 4 minutes, 3 turnovers. So that's what I'm saying. It started out like, oh, this is going to be a rough one. And then kind of got it back together or whatnot. But so a solid performance from LaMelo, man. And I think that when people start talking about what makes LaMelo special, here, let me show y'all a couple clips of this right here. This is what I think that is underrated and what makes him so unique as a hooper here. Let me see. Let me get sure it's timed up. Throwing this lob over here to Miles Bridges, right? And what it makes him so dope when you start to compare him and Lonzo is look how far they gotta guard him out here, because legitimately he can score at all the different levels. You gotta at the logo, we gotta be guarding him. And when you do that, when my man Melo talks about this all the time, I just take what the defense give me. They got 2 on him because we don't know what he's gonna do. Throw the lob up there, beautiful to Malik Monk, right? I'm sorry, Miles Bridges. Now we get to the next highlight here, all right? This is another stuff right here. And this is the thing that I like about him, because it shows you this. Sometimes you don't get this from a lot of the other players, right? When it's not even about his stats at this point, right? At this point, I believe he's got the 10 points or 9 or something, because he hit a free throw and then knocked down the threes to get him to 20. And so he could just bulldoze and try to get the stats and pat him that way. All right, we get the thing. We got Gordon out in front, touch pass. I grab it, throw it straight to Gordon, bucket. A lot of dudes is not doing that. They gonna catch this here. Terry, and I appreciate everybody, Terry and them, because a lot of dudes would just decide to dribble that up the court. Terry sees Melo up ahead. Melo catches it, don't even take a dribble, throw it out in front to Gordon, and he get the bucket. That right there, when the Charlotte Hornets is playing like that, man, that's when they in the mode of just some like excellent basketball type of vibe. You feel me? We go here. Where we at? Where my stuff at? All right. Look at the shot charts like we always do, and you see once again Melo all over the. This is what I'm saying. This is why you got to guard him at all of those different levels, because legitimately he got the mid-range game. He got shooting from the corner, shooting from the top, all over the thing, and he's shooting at 80% from behind the three tonight. And so this is what I was saying. At the beginning of this game, it looked like it was going towards, it was leaning over there towards Minnesota, and then the Hornets just took it over for the rest of the game. Biggest lead, 38 points. Godly. In all statistical categories tonight, man, points in the paint, second chance points, fast break points, just a solid overall performance from this Hornets squad. A good game, man. So we gonna take a look at some of these interview clips and see what folks say and all of that, and we'll have that posted, man. Once again, I appreciate y'all subbing to the channel and showing love and all of that stuff, man. It's dope that we got to this 10K thing, and I think that's I'm gonna try to do some, like, you know, a 10K just specific video. Let me know if y'all got some ideas. Somebody said, yo, tell your, you know what I'm saying, the YouTube journey story, and so I might try that or something, but we'll see, man. Let's get into it. It's your main man here. We out.
No, not peace. +1 triple B's. We out.
There it is.